Sorry. Okay. Hey, Geminis. It's Toy. Please excuse the shaking of the phone. It's because of the way it's set up. I just really quickly had wanted to try this reading out with you guys. I came across it in the Chakra Oracle book. I don't have much time, so we just going to go ahead and get right up into it, okay? Okay, so the first card is this is for Gemini. I'm not sure if I said that. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hey guys. Okay, this first card is going to show the energy that currently sustains you, where you're pulling energy from, and what will require growth in order to sustain your intention. Okay. So we have here creation. So you are definitely, I feel like, pulling from a place, and look, you have release at the bottom of the deck, right? So I feel like for the Geminis that this is going to resonate with, don't mind this little noogie here, that you are pulling from a place right now where you are aware that you are ending one cycle and coming out of another, going into another. I believe that it is a bit of a gray area right now. I think that you know that too. You're kind of at the ground level, kind of like one foot in one place and one foot in the other. And I think what's going to help you in this time, Gemini, is if you realize that whatever has happened, right? So, damn, this is crazy because before I did these readings, I was meditating and I got a message that I felt like I should share with you guys. I'm a Gemini moon as well, so it says, sometimes even though you do nothing wrong or even everything right, things seem to go wrong. We experience pain or feeling slighted. Those times can be very confusing, and confusion can lead to stagnancy. Okay? Confusion will have us sitting in justified resentment and lead us to reliving the pain of the situation, feeling justified in our victimhood, lacking the ability to be in the present, or lacking planning for the future. It is in these times that we must release. Okay? So understand that everything that has happened, Gemini, happened for a reason, and sometimes we don't understand the reason. Some things could be generational curses. You can be here to break things that are so much bigger than you, that's going to just affect so many people after you and around you, and you may not understand it, and sometimes it don't feel fair, and for shit, it is what it is. You gotta keep pushing because there's more things to create, and if you stay there, you're not going to be able, you're gonna regret it. I'm hearing a lot of release. Release resentments, release regrets, release so that you can recreate. And not even for some things recreate and rebuild, but some things just from the very beginning. Okay, so now the second card talks about your emotional state. It talks about your feelings as well as what you may be attracting or repelling, your desires. It reveals your levels of emotional discipline and your ability to sit with your feelings and what is supporting or blocking you emotionally. So here we're talking about expansion, right? With enlightenment at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, expansion is all about going toward that next level, like we were talking about, releasing and going toward what you're creating now. You know what I'm saying? Expanding requires a new level of awareness, and sometimes that also requires that we leave things that are in the past. In fact, it mostly always requires that, right? And that might mean relationships, that might mean mindsets, that might mean jobs, that might mean, and by relationships I mean family members, romantic friendships, that might mean leaving behind where you live, how you do things, perceptions. It varies. Like I said, it's general. Okay, the third card is going to be what is on your mind. This refers to your intellectual processes. Are your thoughts supportive or challenging? It addresses ways to clear and sharpen focus and reveals hidden energy drains and family habits that are blocking you. Okay, so passion came out, and it came out in the reverse. I'm going to turn it around. I don't usually do that, but here it is. We get forgiveness at the bottom of the deck. And we talked about this, not really understanding why something happened. And as a result, some people, you may be focusing more on that, some of you, than you are focusing on your passion and what you love. You may be focusing on what hurt you or what you don't want to happen, what may happen that may hurt you. You may be even projecting forward, right? Things that could go wrong, as opposed to focusing on things that can go right. And like, almost I'm feeling the feeling of someone feeling foolish, feeling like, oh, well, if I focus on all the great things and then something bad happens anyway, I'm going to feel stupid. But what do you have to lose, right? At least in your mind, you enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? If it's not going to happen anyway, so what? And if it does turn out that it will happen anyway, which is most likely what will happen because we create what we think in our minds, then, I mean, it's going to be great. So it's that idea of a lot of Geminis listening to this have to focus on their passion and not focus on what happened or why or what might happen, that what might happen in the future that may hurt, and more focusing on what you want and your passions and your heart's true desires. Okay. All right, the fourth card is going to be, is your heart in it? This shows the path through your heart. What is revealed here is pivotal to your journey. This card shows you the way to free yourself from your past emotional obligations. Hidden agreements that have held you back will show up here. You see what must be healed. Okay? That is way too many damn cards. I'm not going to do that, Gemini, even though I know you the twins. Got a lot going on. Can't do it. Okay? So this is the fourth card. Like I said, is your heart in it? So balance. Balance with mysticism here. And then perseverance. Damn, I want to look at the book so bad, but I didn't do it for anybody else. I don't want to do it. But with balance and... Fucking Gemini. I'm going to look. I don't care. All right. I must create before the opportunity disappears. See, running towards something may chase it away. Be wary of being deceived by your own desires. I take with me wherever I go. I take me with me wherever I go. Is there a part of my life that may be out of alignment with who I am? Again, with that creation and release and expansion, moving forward from things that we're done with. And that is the 1, 2, 3, fourth card. Is your heart in it? Is your heart in this new beginning? This card may indicate a reluctance to change. You may be hesitating because of the past, but that doesn't mean you should be hasty. Weigh all sides before moving forward. This can mean the start of a new relationship. Proceed slowly. So even with mysticism here too, right? So there may be like some, oh my God, because of going into the unknown, right? Your heart may be still holding on to old things. We talked about this already. So, you know, that's a release kind of thing. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Okay, now the fifth card is going to be how you express yourself. This card is your ability to communicate. It reveals the barriers to your to clear communication and any gaps between what you want and what you really and what you really want, as well as ways to shift your inner reality to affect your external reality. So we have here vanity. So vanity talks about the idea of having more, 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 and more. So I feel like for you, Geminis, this talks about not being afraid to want more, not being afraid to ask for more, not being afraid to grow past what it is that it's already been, not being afraid to release things so that you can have more, right? Have faith that it's possible. I feel like you may think it's not possible. You may think that it is you indulging too much in yourself. You know, some of you may desire fame, desire wealth beyond wealth, and something in you may feel like dare to dream it. Like, oh, like we were just talking about. Like some of you may feel stupid for being like, oh, thinking the highest and the greatest, and then this happens. That's gonna be so embarrassing. Even if it's just me that knew that I was thinking it and it didn't happen. Oh my God. But shit, what do you got to lose, Gemini? Have faith. Shit, fuck it. What you got to lose? You know what I'm saying? Have faith and just, if you could see it, if you could dream it, if you believe it, you can achieve it. I know that sounds corny, but whatever. Okay, so now the sixth card is going to be your inner compass. Right? Here you will see how you are using your intuition. You will see concealed family issues that hold you back may show up. And then it also refers to your intuitive gift and may reveal your purpose. So this correspondence. So I want to talk about it revealing your purpose. So I feel like for a lot of Geminis watching this, you are a way shower, you are a light worker. You come into people's lives and you awaken them, right? So a lot of times, so now here we're talking about that letting go of things too and release and creation, because a lot of times I think what happens is some of the Geminis listening may become emotionally attached, or people may become emotionally attached to you. You may be go into things feeling like it may be a forever thing, feeling really intense about it, and then you may lose feelings for it, or they may lose feelings for it, or the situation as a whole just comes to a close, right? The cycle is going because mostly you come into people's lives to awaken them, right? And most times you may not even be around to see the seed that you plant to actually flourish, or you may even be feeling like, why is it always that I feel like that I'm fucking getting people ready and together for them to go on to the next person? Like, it's almost a situation like you awaken somebody and they go share like somebody else enjoys the fruits of that. It's like you put in the work of awakening it and then they go off and they shine. But you have to look at it. It depends on how you look at it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, this is the sixth chakra, which is the third eye, which is the perspective. It's the way you're looking at it that's going to help you. So you could see it in that bitter way of, oh yeah, it's like I'm the training dummy. Like, oh, like if you're a woman, or I train men to, or I go into their lives and I awaken them, and then they go shine their light elsewhere. I don't reap the benefits of it, but you do. You have to understand that you're a light worker. You see, while she's looking at her right now, she looks very like, oh, like whatever. She almost looks resentful of her, maybe even jealous, envious, whatever. It's like when you're in the face of these people, you're coming into their lives to awaken them. You may not get the warm response. You may get resistance. You may get rejection. You may get just like not seeing it. And that may be putting you in this space too where you're not even wanting to do it anymore, because it's like, I'm just done. I don't understand like why I don't get my due gifts, my due just. I do so good. I show people and then they go off and they be great with other people, or great with other companies, or great by themselves. And it's like, what the fuck me? Like, what about me? You are an awakener, a spiritual awakener. A lot of the people watching this, and so this is what it is. But if you look at it in another way, where you look at it like that, I'm an awakener, so I come and I awaken them, and I have the pleasure of helping somebody go through that. I used to be a doula, and being with these women for hours while they labor, my body would hurt afterwards. I would feel like I was in labor, like I delivered a baby afterwards. I would be so tired, because I had to constantly be on my feet, constantly be in a great mood and a high vibration. I had to be strong so that they can know that they're doing a great job constantly. You know what I mean? And it was a lot. And at the end, shit, I didn't go home with no goddamn baby. But guess what? I did go home with a lump sum for being at that birth. I did go home with a great feeling of just such purpose and honor and humility for being able to just be trusted to be a part of that. So you can look at it, I can look at it as, I did what I said. I didn't get no goddamn baby. I'm tired. She cursed me out. She told me to get the F out of her face. I was just trying to help. I could look at her like that, or I could look at her like, damn, I got to be there for such a wonderful experience, so much pain that brought so much joy, my money that I got afterwards, the feeling, the honor, the humility, okay? So you get where I'm going with that, okay? So that was the sixth card. So now the last card is going to be the card of results. It will reveal an outcome that depends on your ability to work through the three aspects of the card. So the card that you have, oh, look at that. Self-worth. So the three aspects is the darkness or subconscious. The second is the dawn or what is currently happening. And the third is the light or the highest calling of the card. So the darkness or the subconscious. So some of you guys may be struggling with this right now, with trickery right here. You may be in this victimhood, like we talked about with the despondence, feeling like I'm helping people get to a place where they go and shine with others, right? You may be at a place here where destiny, as far as, like I said before, talking about releasing the old and coming into this new thing, the expansion, right? This being afraid afraid of dreaming further, feeling like your destiny may be smaller than what it is, or being afraid to step into your destiny, being afraid of failing, right? With this impartiality card here, wanting a particular result and being afraid of not getting that. Because why? Because empath here in the reverse, because it has not worked out in the past, but not understanding that it didn't work out in the past because it wasn't supposed to, right? That relationship didn't work out because, you know, you were meant to enlighten that person and awaken them, and they will want to move on further. The relationship that's for you, the person that's for you, is coming though. Right? It didn't work before because it wasn't supposed to. That wasn't yours. Okay? That wasn't yours to have, but it's coming. The job that you wanted, that wasn't yours to have, but it's coming. Right? And when it does, if you're in this despondence energy here where you're feeling lack, where you're feeling victimhood, where you're feeling unbalanced, where you're feeling unworthy, where you're feeling afraid to dream bigger and to have bigger, you're going to block yourself. Okay? Because you're coming here. You're coming to a place of recovery where keys are not needed. Where you understand the power of your mind, the power of your thoughts, the power of your will for what's right for you, the power of the power of the audacity to dream, Gemini. The audacity to let go of resentments. The audacity to say, I don't know why it worked out like that. And yeah, it did hurt, but I got to keep moving. Right? I got to keep moving. Okay? All right? If you're in the darkness of this right now, then you're in a place where you're not feeling like you can keep moving. You're in a place where you're holding on to old things. You're in a place where you're isolating yourself. You're in a place where you're wondering why. You're in a place where you're feeling insecure. You're in a place where you're feeling like, was it my fault or it's everybody else's fault? You're in a place where you need to release. You're in a place where you need to release. Look, and it came up. Release. And discover yourself and see things differently. Get out of victimhood. Get out of enabling others if they're trying to make you feel like a victim. Forgive, you know, and take the enlightenment that's there. You're not going to always have all the answers and know all the things. So what? Keep it moving type of thing, okay? If you're in the second aspect, which is the dawn, right? Or, you know, it's currently happening. You're coming into understanding, right? You're coming out of despondence. Something may have happened recently that like jolted you out of it. You may have had to be a light for someone else. And if you haven't, and you're coming into the light of this and understanding where you are, remember who you are a light for. Maybe you're a mother, maybe you're a father, a sister, a brother, you're somebody's child. Maybe your next door neighbor that always wants to come over and play ball with you, even though you are 20 years old and they don't understand. They're 5, but they look up to you. There's somebody in this world that you are a light to, and you're realizing that. And you're realizing how to shine that light and how not to dim that light. So kudos to you for finding your chair of self-worth and coming into that place where you're sitting in it. Be careful not to fall back into victimhood is all that I'm hearing. Be careful not to fall back into victimhood. And be patient with yourself. If you do go back and forth, don't judge your emotions. Allow it to come. Release it. Allow it to go. And just keep trucking forward, okay? And know that you're worth everything that you want. Have the audacity to dream and dream big. And don't be afraid. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Okay? And lastly, if you are in the light or the highest calling of this card, then baby, you are in your knowing, okay? You are in your showing. You are in your glowing. You are in your magician form. You have the courage to receive, which is amazing because I feel like for those of us that are in the dawn or in the darkness or subconscious of it, that's where we're getting to a place where we feel worthy of receiving. And for those of us that are here, we're at the place where we are showing others how to receive, and not with our mouths, because Geminis are really good with talking, but with our actions. And that's what's so dope about it. Okay, so thank you, Gemini. I just thought this was a really dope spread. I want to see if I can get in one more, but if not, it is what it is. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, Gems.